Hello there, everyone, and welcome to a beautiful, sunny February 8th, 2012 day here in Brewer. And anyway, I just wanted to thank all of you who watched my, Super Bowl Black History related vlog last time. I'm glad you're giving it a lot of support. I know a lot of my vlogs haven't in the past, and this one may not. But I just was thinking today about a decision that I made that was kind of affected by a recent thing that happened to me. I'll start from the beginning. Now, when I was 16 years old, I actually was planning to write my own Star Trek series. Now, this was not fan fiction. This was a very serious attempt to do a Star Trek series for television that would have the same kind of social relevance. That was the reason that I enjoyed the show in the first place. But I ran into a lot of opposition, and it sort of stalled after a while. But about a month ago, well actually maybe a couple weeks ago, I was visiting the city of Portland in a little store called Newbury Comics, and I noticed all these little Doctor Who items around. And I'd heard of Doctor Who all of my life. I'd seen a couple episodes on PBS with a guy named Tom Baker. You know, he had a scarf and a hat and all that. Anyway, I asked one of the guys there, because I was curious, one of the workers, why does Doctor Who have such a big following? I mean, I understand Star Trek. I was introduced to that at an early age. And I was told that the reason being is because Doctor Who was a science fiction show about somebody who was a lord of time from another world, who traveled about in this device called TARDIS, which folded time and space, and could actually affect things within that realm, and tended to use science more than brute physical force to solve issues. It was about cleverness and brain over brawn. And that idea appealed to me. So I rented a Doctor Who episode featuring Tom Baker from Netflix called The Power of Kroll. Now perhaps it was not the best introduction, but I get the point. And now, in fact, I have been watching a number of them. I recently watched the Doctor Who film from 1996, which apparently, from my internet research, a lot of people rather hated on. But I actually thought it was very interesting, comparing the kind of almost English theater thespian manner that Doctor Who tends to be portrayed in, with sometimes the almost B-movie level quality of some of the actors in this Americanized version. But anyway, that was interesting and entertaining and insightful and, a good night's movie flick, but the bonus features really made a great impact on me. Talking about when Doctor Who was taken off the air in England as a TV show because it was seen as dated and kind of stage-bound, and people had moved on to other things in the BBC. But a group of fans kept it alive through fan fiction, even a video company that produced independent movies starring cast members, some of whom had played Doctor Who over the years, because Doctor Who is a character that can regenerate, and so different actors have portrayed him. And this revived a gradual interest, which resulted in the TV movie, which was a backdoor pilot, and then resulted in Doctor Who, the new comeback series, which I'm sure many of you out there know. And some of the fan fiction writers who actually kept Doctor Who alive during its sleeper years, when it wasn't on the air in the early to mid-90s, actually write for the new series. And that inspired me, because that's exactly what I wanted to do with my Star Trek series. The idea that a little person like me, who didn't see Star Trek as some sort of fanatical show where I debate who's the better Star Trek captain or, which is the better series necessarily, but sees it as an important philosophical guidepost for life, could come out there and tell his Star Trek story and add to the thing that he loves. And because of the way I've seen things with Doctor Who work out, because Doctor Who has had an enormous influence on English culture since it first came on in 1963, much as Star Trek has here, I've realized something important about creativity. In a way, at least for me, creativity, such as the Star Trek series I was writing, or my photography, or my art, anything I do, in order to be appreciated by people, has to have a significant end result. The result is not the art. That is the result of art. Art is in the creation. But if you're creating and it's not received, it's the sound of one hand clapping. It's a contradiction. It's Zen in a way. But Without a receiver, does the transmission of art, as it were, have any meaning? You make a painting. Nobody sees it. Does it function as art? It is art, because you have done the process. Art may be in the doing, but does it translate to the other person? Got me thinking about the meaning of art and, different things. And I plan to continue painting. I plan to continue my photography. And I plan to put that out there. So the result of the art I do can be appreciated. And the art can be validated that way. On the other hand, as far as my Star Trek series is concerned, it's more like if you have a big pit and you throw water into it, you get a pond or a lake or a small river even, depending on the size of the hole you're pouring the water into. That's like the result of art if it actually translates to people's needs. On the other hand, if you create art that doesn't influence anybody, and you've tried for years to get attention about it, like I have with my Star Trek series that I was writing, it's like throwing water into space. It becomes globular particulates and just disappears into the void. It serves no purpose. It does nothing. It has no meaning. So for that reason, I am going to continue with my other arts, but my Star Trek series will have to take a hiatus for a while. I realize a lot of you do not know I was trying to write one, but it's a decision I've come to. And in a way, I can thank my status as a amateur Whovian, which is I guess the word they call Doctor Who fanatics. I'm not there yet, I'm just kind of starting out, but I can see myself becoming that interested at some point in this, because it is a very intelligent and progressive show from what I'm seeing. The lesson of how Doctor Who was revived in England taught me that, in a way, from looking at the American media I see around me, and even some elements of the European media, that in order to get my Star Trek series over, and this is not an egoist statement, that it would require a fundamental change in the way media perceives itself and others perceive it for me to even begin to make it work. So I'm going to hold out on that one. That's just my random vlog for the day. See you next time.